planets in the solar system for kids. Two components make up our solar system: the sun and the planets that revolve around it. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss a few fascinating facts about the sun and the 8 distinct planets that comprise our solar system. Specifications regarding the sun. An intriguing fact is that the distance between the Earth and the sun is approximately 93 million kilometers. It is estimated by scientists that it takes around 8 minutes for the light from the sun to travel to Earth. This implies that the sunshine that you are currently experiencing on your face has already left the surface of the sun 8 minutes ago. Isn't that wild? The sun is indeed a star. Yet, in comparison to all of the other stars in the galaxy, it is located far closer to Earth. As is the case with other stars, the sun is mostly composed of a large ball of gases, comprised of hydrogen and helium. These are the 8 planets that make up our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. While some of these planets are quite large, others are quite small. While some planets have moons, others do not have any at all. The orbits and rotations of the various planets are as follows. Each planet takes a different amount of time to complete one circuit around the sun, which results in the planets taking an oval-shaped path, also known as an orbit, while they go around the sun. It takes the Earth approximately 365 days to complete one orbit around the sun, which means that 1 year on Earth is equivalent to 365 days. It takes a planet longer to complete its orbit around the sun. This is proportional to the planet's distance from the sun. The planets are rotating, also known as spinning, while they are following the path of the sun in orbit around it. The duration of 1 day is equivalent to the amount of time that it takes for a planet to complete one revolution around the sun. 1 day on Earth is equal to 24 hours. Earth days are equal to 60 days on Mercury. Let's get inside our spaceship and take a closer look at each planet in turn so that we can acquire some additional fascinating information by doing so. The first planet, Mercury. Mercury, which is the planet that is nearest to the sun, is going to be the first planet that we discuss. Within the solar system, Mercury is the planet with the smallest size. The surface of this rocky planet is comprised of craters. As a result of the sun's extreme heat, the atmosphere is pushed out. Because it may be observed without the use of sophisticated telescopes, Mercury has been known since ancient times. Oh, and what do you think? Venus does not have any moons. Number 2, Venus. Venus, which is comparable in size to Earth, is the planet with the highest temperature, and it has a dense atmosphere composed of carbon dioxide and clouds that are composed of sulfuric acid. There are also a great number of mountains and volcanoes that are active on the rocky globe. The temperature on Venus is so high that it would be impossible for metals such as lead to exist in solid form. Instead, they would be liquid pools. This is an interesting fact. Because it rotates in the opposite direction of the majority of the other planets, Venus is quite special. It is visible in the night sky without the aid of a telescope and is unaccompanied by any moons. Number 3, Earth. A rocky planet with a single moon, the Earth is a planet. To the best of our knowledge, it is the only planet in our solar system that is capable of harboring life. It is estimated that water makes up 70% of the surface of the Earth. The thickness of the Earth's atmosphere is just ideal, allowing it to shield the planet from the sun and meteorites, while also supplying an abundant supply of oxygen for us to breathe. Number 4. Mars. In addition to being a rocky planet, Mars is a chilly desert globe that has 2 moons. It is almost half the size of the Earth. Because of the presence of rusty iron in its soil, Mars is sometimes referred to as the Red Planet. Seasons exist on Mars, and it is likely that the planet formerly had water that flowed. There is evidence of floods that occurred in the past, but at present, the only water on the planet can be found in the frozen soils and the thin clouds. Additionally, there is a possibility that the ground contains liquid saline water. Rovers have been dispatched to Mars to investigate the planet's surface to determine whether or not it is capable of supporting life in the future. They are extremely interested in studying Mars. An intriguing truth is that we have only ever sent rovers to Mars, making it the only planet to our knowledge. The rocky region that lies between Mars and Jupiter is what exactly? The asteroid belt is a region of the solar system that is comprised of stony bodies that have irregular shapes and are known as asteroids. Number 5. Jupiter. Since Jupiter is the first gas giant planet that we are going to visit, it is quite unlikely that we would be able to successfully stand on its surface because it is composed of hydrogen and helium. It is the largest planet in our solar system, and you may be aware of its enormous red spot, which is the location of enormous storms that occur continuously. At least 79 moons are orbiting Jupiter, making it the planet with the most moons of all the planets. On top of that, it contains rings, but it is quite difficult to see them. Number 6. Saturn. In addition, Saturn is a gas giant that is composed of hydrogen and helium. As well as having a dense atmosphere, Saturn is most likely best recognized for the stunning and unique rings that it possesses. Every one of the 7 main rings is composed of clusters of minuscule ringlets that are constructed of ice chunks and pebbles. There are intervals between each of the 7 main rings. Also, there are at least 53 moons around Saturn. Are you interested in learning fascinating information about Saturn? Way back in the 1600s, the renowned astronomer Galileo used a telescope to observe Saturn for the first time. Number 7. Uranus. An astronomer from the United Kingdom named William Herschel made the discovery of Uranus in the year 1782. Uranus is classified as an ice giant, which indicates that the majority of its composition is composed of fluids that consist of icy substances such as water, methane, and ammonia, and that surround a small rocky core. The presence of methane in its atmosphere, in addition to the presence of hydrogen and helium, is what gives it its characteristic blue color. It is estimated that Uranus contains 27 moons and 13 rings, with the outermost rings being the most vivid. In the same way that Venus rotates in the other direction, Uranus rotates on its side, which is a feature that no other planet possesses. Number 8. Neptune. Neptune comes in last, but without a doubt, since it takes 165 Earth years for Neptune to complete one revolution around the Sun, this means that 1 year on Neptune is equivalent to 165 years on Earth. Neptune is the planet that is the farthest away from the Sun. In the same way that Uranus is an ice giant, Neptune is also an ice giant, and it receives its hue from the methane that is present in its atmosphere. On top of a center that is roughly the size of Earth, Neptune is composed of a dense cloud of water, ammonia, and methane. In the same way that Jupiter's rings are difficult to view, it has 6 rings that are tough to see. There are 13 moons around Neptune as well, although there may be other moons that have not yet been found. That was quite the whirlwind journey throughout the solar system, wouldn't you say? Conclusion. Bravo, you brave explorers of space! The solar system is a fascinating area that is comprised of 8 planets, each of which possesses features that are distinctive to themselves. You should try to recall what you have learned by looking up at the night sky the next time you do so. See if you can identify some of the interesting planets. In the future, perhaps you will pursue a career in science or astronomy, where you will acquire even more knowledge about the secrets of our solar system. I hope you enjoyed your time spent learning with us. Keep in mind that you should subscribe, like, and share this video.